Hello student, I Professor Shital Jagtap working as an assistant professor in Kekewak College Ranwad. Today we will see the topic on object oriented analysis which is included in TYBSc Computer Science for semester 1, in which object oriented analysis are nothing but the semi formal specification technique. These are the methods which are included by BOOCH, OMT, Object Oriented Software Engineering, Object Tree, Essential Equivalent. Nowadays, represent object oriented analysis using Unified Modeling Language. There are three steps included by object oriented analysis, in which first one is use case modeling. It determines how the various results are computed by the product without regards to sequencing. Largely, actions are performed in oriented. Second one is class modeling, that is also called as object modeling. It will determine the classes and their attributes. Purely data oriented. Third one is dynamic modeling, which determines the action performed by and to each class, which is purely action oriented, in which that use case is nothing but the largely action oriented, class modeling is purely data oriented, and dynamic modeling is purely action oriented. Next is evaluator problem in object oriented analysis. Use case modeling consists use cases, actors and scenario. Use cases are nothing which describes the behavior of the system as seen from actor points of view, whereas actors are the external entities that interact with the system like system admin, bank customer, bank teller, or a central database, etc. A scenario is a concise description of how an actor may interact with the system. A scenario is an instance of a use case. Use case modeling, in which it will identify the actor, identifying a list of typical scenarios to get insight into the system behavior, identify the use cases. A use case specifies all the possible scenarios for a given functionality. A use case is initiated by an actor. A use case represents a flow of events through the system. Here is a problem for evaluator, in which these are nothing but the boundary of the evaluator. Having use cases, press an evaluator button and press a floor button, and this is user is nothing but an actor. Here is the normal scenario. We will see that suppose there is a user A presses a floor button at floor 3 to request an evaluator. User A wishes to go to the floor 7. Up floor button is turned on and evaluator arises at floor 3. It contains user B who has entered at the elevator for floor 1 and press the elevator button for floor 9. A floor button is turned off, elevator doors open and user enters to an elevator. User A presses elevator button for floor 7. Floor 7 elevator button is turned on, elevator door is closed and afterwards it travels to floor 7. Floor 7 elevator is turned off and again doors is open to allow the user to exit the elevator. Timer starts, user A exits, elevator door close after times out and it will proceed to the floor 9 with user B. This is the normal scenario, but abnormal scenario is exactly opposite, in which a user A press a button from 1 to 3 is same, but instead of floor 9 it goes to the floor 1 and floor 1 elevator button is turned on and lastly it will proceed for floor 1 with user A. This is an abnormal scenario for evaluator. Next is object modeling. Object modeling is consist of the real world object classes of the system and their relationship to each other with an entity relationship diagram. It shows the static structure of the system, which included identifying the class object, identify the association between the object, identify the attributes of object, represent them using an entity relationship diagram. It also prepare an data dictionary. Next is identifying the object classes. An object is an instance of a class that consists of data in which attributes, variables, instance variables, fields, data members, etc. It also consists of action, which includes method or member function. An object has a state represented by data, that is members, that changes during execution. Identifying the object classes. Object includes physical entities like employees, button, etc. It also concepts the payment schedule setting, assignments, etc. Avoid computer implementation, constructs an array, a linked list or a binary tree. It don't concern with the operation, that is this point. Next is identifying the object classes. It has two approaches like deduce for use cases and their scenario, which include often many scenario or candidate classes. There should be a noun extraction as well as two approaches are complementary. Noun extractions are nothing but stage 1 consists of problem definition. It will define the product as a single sentence, but like button in elevators and floors are used to be control motion of an n elevators in a building within the floors. Second stage incorporate the constraints. Means buttons illuminate when pressed to request elevator to a stop at specific floor, or illumination is cancelled when request has been satisfied. If elevator has no request, it remains as its current floor with its door is closed. Noun extraction consists of third stage, that identifying the nouns. Nouns like button, elevator, floor, movement, building, illumination, door, these all are included in noun. Floor, building, doors are outside the problem boundary, that are called as excluded. Movement, illumination are abstract noun that may become an attribute. Candidate class like elevator and buttons. Subclasses like buttons and floor buttons. Noun extraction. There are three compartments which consist of parts of speech, model, components and example. Common noun like class, which consists of a teacher. Pronoun like object, allies. Doing verb operation that submits, selects. Being verb means inheritance for a kind of one of either. Having verb is nothing but the aggregation which consists of includes, has, etc. Modal verbs are nothing but the constant, must be. These are all the examples. Next is the identifying an association. An association is a dependency between two or more classes. For example, person works for company, user has home directory, directory contains files, it also contains and parts of are the special types of association which is called as an aggregation. Inheritance is also a special type of association. There are some problem statement like location phrases, next to, contained in, etc. Communication, talk to, ownership phrases like has, part of, satisfaction of some condition like works for, manages, married to, etc. Some depends on knowledge of application domains. For example, button elevators and floors are to be used to control the motion of n elevators in buildings with m floors. Here, button controls the elevators. There are two types of button. One is floor button as well as elevator buttons. However, buttons do not really control the elevator. They simply communicate with it. There are association with many multiplicities like one-to-one relationship, one-to-many relationship or many-to-many relationship. It also identifies the aggregation and inheritance relationship. Now we will see an example related to class model. As we have already seen, there are two types of button. So button is the base class which derives from uh, elevator buttons, and floor buttons are derived from button class. Again, elevator button and floor buttons communicates with elevator class. So here buttons do not communicate directly with elevator. Okay, so here is a hierarchical inheritance, as one class derives two classes, that is elevator button and floor button, and again elevator button and floor button communicates with elevator. That's are nothing but the hybrid inheritance. The second iteration of the class models is nothing but, again there is a controller consist as an elevator controller, and afterwards we will consist with an elevator class. So as I have already explained you that class diagram consists of three compartments. First is class name, second attribute name, third is the operation, or it is also called as a method. How we actually identify the attributes? Attributes are properties of individual objects, like which we consist of problem statements corresponding to noun followed by color of the car, position of the cursor, salary of the employees, that all are considered in the attributes. Attributes are less likely to occur in statements of the problem. Knowledge of application domain. It will try to get only the most important attribute at this stage. Other can be added later. Data dictionaries are nothing but it will write a paragraph which describe each and every object for a particular class. It describes the scope of the class with some current problems. It's also associate and attributes, and also describe the data dictionary which includes the description of operations. There is a CRC card which is included in 1989 for object-oriented analysis, in which CRC means C stands for name of the class, R is the responsibility of that particular functionality, whereas collaboration is nothing but the list of classes which is invoked. Invoke means called. This is one normal example of elevator controller in CRC manner, where is class, responsibility and collaboration. Class name is elevator controller. Responsibility of elevator is what? Turn on elevator button, then off elevator button, then it will goes on the floor, then off floor button, open that elevator door, close the elevator door, move the elevator from one floor to another, that is up and down. These all are the responsibilities included in CRC of elevator controller. And what is the collaboration? Collaboration means the class elevator button and class floor button as well as class elevator. This is nothing but the collaboration. Details of elevator controller in CRC are given here. First is turn on elevator button. That should be send the message to elevator button to turn on the button. What about fifth point? Open the elevator doors. That elevator doors have a state that changes during execution. That are nothing but the class characteristics, which added the class elevator doors, which has been seen in this scenario. That class, responsibility and collaboration. Hope you understood today's topic. In next topic, we will see the third part, that is dynamic modeling. Dynamic modeling